But first, COVID-19 and those rising temperatures have created some unprecedented challenges for those experiencing homelessness. Our Chloe Marr shares what advocacy groups are doing to help.
The heat affects the homeless in a critical, morbid type of way, in that it kills them if they do not have access to water.
Elizabeth Venable, an advocate for the homeless, says COVID-19 closures and increasing temperatures are a deadly combination.
Bathrooms are gone, water fountains are gone. Many public businesses will only serve drive-through.
It's going to be very, very difficult, and we do worry about them.
Even organizations like the Andre House in Phoenix are rewriting their typical relief strategies.
They used to be able to come into the building. They would come into our dining room during the heat, during the day. They would fill our halls during the day. We can't do that anymore.
Social distancing has made past options unavailable, but Andre House has been able to convert outside shaded areas for some relief.
We do provide water and ice, and there's water fountains. They can get bags of ice, just because a lot of them are diabetic and they have medications. And I mean, it's very, very complicated, and the heat is going to make it worse.
Another new challenge due to COVID-19 restrictions: purchasing cases of water.
We do need the donations of water. This is the time of year that we usually start getting it.
Venable says she visits stores when they first open to snag as much water as she can for the people who need it most.
Be aware these people will die if we don't.
Chloe Marr, ABC 15, Arizona.
And St. Mary's Food Bank is adjusting their hours because of the heat. So starting on Monday, they'll be shifting their drive-up schedule to start and end an hour earlier. That means distributions will run from 7:30 to 12:30. The food bank has been operating on a complete drive-through model as of late to reduce exposure to COVID-19 while also meeting the increasing needs of the community. And you can take action to help the thousands of Arizonans affected by COVID-19. Join Fry's Food Stores, ABC 15 and CW61 as we raise money for local nonprofits through the Fry's Emergency COVID-19 Response Fund. Giving is easy. Just round up your total the next time you check out at any Fry's location, or you can choose to donate a specific amount. All donations go to the Kroger Zero Hunger, Zero Waste Foundation, which distributes that money to nonprofits all throughout Arizona. Latino students are the fastest growing population in our school system, and they're also some of the most at risk of falling behind during these school closures in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic. ABC 15 investigator Liliana Soto with the Rebound Arizona team is looking into how we can help the most underrepresented overcome challenges.
The list goes on and on. From distance learning challenges to families having to decide between paying for internet services to access homework or buying food. A painful reality for community leaders like Stephanie Parra.
Folks not having technology at home or access to Wi-Fi. Those are just some of the things that we're listening.
Parra is the executive director of All In for Education Arizona, a group whose mission is to ensure the needs of Latino students are met by Arizona schools. She says the government is failing so far.
I ask that they listen. My hope is that they listen and listen to the community's needs.
Needs like those faced by Veronica Martinez's family. She says the digital divide, combined with the lack of attention to special needs education, left her daughter behind. Veronica's daughter is in 6th grade and was diagnosed with ADHD. She says her daughter has struggled to retain information, and the language barrier makes it almost impossible for her to hope. Now she's been advised by the school it's better if her daughter repeats 6th grade. But the charter school Veronica's daughter attends says the recommendation was based on her performance before school closures.
If the student was falling behind, we should hope that the school is working as closely as possible with the student to make sure that she was succeeding.
Marcela Taracena is the spokesperson for the ACLU of Arizona. She says in the middle of a health crisis, it's important to also look at the well-being of the students.
We need to take into consideration these students them being able to feel some sense of security this time is really, really important.
In Phoenix, I'm ABC 15 investigator Liliana Soto.
And Latino leaders are certainly not the only ones calling for help. The Arizona Alliance of Black School Educators is also asking State Superintendent Hoffman and Governor Ducey to help support minority students by making sure every family has at least one computer and internet service. Well, millions of people suddenly out of work because of the coronavirus crisis. But is it better to apply for unemployment or find a temporary job? Our partners at Newsy asked the experts, and they say you should take the unemployment benefits. It can help provide relief while you look for another job. Also, with that money, you may actually get paid more than a part-time job.
The point of these extra federal payments is to get people to stay home. So staying home, collecting whatever resources are available to you so that we can all prioritize our health and then get this economy back on track.
ABC 15, we are committed to helping our community rebound from this crisis. You can find several job openings and learn how to apply for unemployment right now on abc15.com/rebound. Still ahead, we have heard it time and time again. The key to reopening is widespread testing. But does Arizona have the resources right now to make that happen? Plus, the coronavirus is teaching us a few things about air pollution, and the findings could really benefit one particular Arizona city in the future. As we take a live look outside now, a new report released this week puts the valley on a list that we don't really want to be on. It's regarding air pollution, and Phoenix was right near the top once again. As meteorologist Jorge Torres explains, our warming world and location have a lot to do with it.
We found that Phoenix had more days where ozone levels were unhealthy, as well as more days where particle pollution reached unhealthy levels.
Joanna Struther is the Senior Director of Advocacy with the American Lung Association of Arizona. She tells us that this year's State of the Air report ranks the Phoenix Metro in the top 10 for all three pollutant categories. The valley's geographical location and booming population are some of the factors involved.
We actually live in a perfect place that has a perfect recipe for ozone. You mix the volatile organic compounds with sunlight and hotter temperatures. You'll definitely see more ozone, as well as vehicle emissions.
In fact, the vast majority of American cities with the worst air pollution in any category, whether it be for ozone or particle pollution, has been in the West. Our changing and warming climate plays a big role in this trend.
The past 5 years were some of the warmest years on record globally. So those extreme temperatures mixing with droughts, wildfires, certainly add to increased particle pollution.
The increasing pollution levels are undoubtedly impacting our overall health too, and not just those with an already compromised immune system.
People who are of lower socioeconomic status do tend to be impacted by air quality. They tend to live closer to highways where we see more vehicle emissions.
But now, with many of us working from home and driving less due to the coronavirus pandemic, we're noticing improving air quality and lower pollution levels worldwide. Although this is just a pause before global economies reopen, this unexpected experiment, if you will, is showing us many possibilities.
It's a glimpse in the future, if you will, of what it could be if we really committed to having cleaner fuels, driving less, employers allowing more telecommuter or work from home. We know that these things can certainly impact air quality.
Reporting in Phoenix, Jorge Torres, ABC 15, Arizona.
And if you'd like to read the entire State of the Air report and see how your county ranked, you can go to abc15.com and click on this story. And of course, we've got to be mindful of that air quality.